In this video, I'm going to share with you everything you need to know about the new PlayStation Pulse Elite wireless gaming headset. Now, not to jump to the make sure to subscribe right out of the gate of this video, but make sure to subscribe because again, I wanted to keep this video focused on the PlayStation Pulse Elite, but I will also release a video of a detailed comparison to the Odyssey Maxwells and to the original Sony PlayStation Pulse headset. So again, just make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell because those videos will be following this one very shortly. So focusing on the Pulse Elite, kicking it off with comfort, as you can see, we are getting 342 grams with this headset, not very heavy at all. And the really nice thing is you have this adjustable headband, and that is pretty much how your size adjusts on these. You don't have adjustable arms on the side. It is just this tension headband, pretty much the same as you've seen on the original Pulse. Now, as far as the dimensions of the ear pads, as you see, they are not the biggest by any means. They're almost pretty much like a direct circle, and you can see they are a little shallower in the front and a little deeper in the back, kind of like you've seen in Odyssey, which helps, again, that sound be directed right into your ears. As you see, they are a little bit shallower there and then a little bit deeper on the back end. But as far as density, they are incredibly plush. They got that memory foam type feel. As you see, I press them down and it's very slow to get up right there. The weird thing is down here, it's pretty much all plastic. So you got the outside of the cup, and then up here are your pads. I can bend this over and you can see that is all plastic. So the entire thing is not padding. Now, I tried everything in my power to remove these pads, tearing at them, trying to pry underneath, and I just could not get them to remove. Whenever I pry them inside, you can't see it in the camera, but there's a little bit of glue in there. So I'm not sure how these are really attached. Again, I tried everything and I cannot remove them. And actually right here where I showed you that plastic, you can see the fabric is incredibly loose in there. So I'm not sure if it's tucked and clamped down in there. Again, not too sure. I tried everything. Now, right along with that adjustment, as you see, your ear pads, they do have plenty of movement. You don't have that traditional swivel here, but again, those ear pads move around so much. You can see all that adjustment forward and back there, and then right around here, and you pretty much get that total adjustment all the way around. Now, the weird thing about that is they move incredibly easy, as you see here, which we'll talk a little bit more into the build. But as far as compiling everything we just talked about, as far as comfort, whenever you take this headset and you put it on, again, that adjustable headband just moves perfectly right there. The plush ear patches sink into there. It is incredibly stinking cozy. It really is. The only downfall as far as comfort, I would say, which is going to play into the sound, are going to be the fully pleather ear pads. Again, it blocks that sound from coming in and blocks your sound from coming out, holds a lot of that sound in. We'll talk more about the sound later, but it also holds that heat in, so you will get some moist, spicy ears depending on your room temperature and your environment. And also, as far as those glasses wearers, very comfortable as well. I wear Oakleys, which are straight frames going all the way back. I don't get any pressure by any means, but again, with those fully pleather ear pads, they hold them in place. So if I need to do a quick adjustment, it's a little bit tough because again, they're kind of snug in there and they're gripping onto these cushions. But again, for glasses wearers, very good as well. Now, there's one thing I forgot about comfort that I want to mention, which also goes into the design of this headset. So if you're someone like me that likes sitting back on a lazy boy and gaming, maybe playing my Portal in bed and just laying on a pillow, well, unfortunately, it gets a little annoying with this headset because you see you got the headband that comes around and then these big old swoops in the back here. So the ear cup is within here and then the swoop comes out, I don't know, maybe about a ½ an inch on the back side, as you can see. So again, if you're leaning back or laying on a pillow, once you put your head back, it kind of pushes the headset forward a little bit. I honestly wish they would have made the design where this back swoosh would have flowed right with the ear cup back there and been a little bit more in line with the ear cup, kind of like they did with the original Pulse. Now let's talk more about that build I was just talking about. And I want to start with the ear pads. Again, with them being able to move around incredibly easy, there's really no tension. I mean, I can just barely touch it and you can see those move around. It's a little worrisome. How well are they going to hold up over time? Because again, it's super loose. You just drop it and it is going to budge a certain way. But I can move them around here. I'll stretch mine apart because I'd rather break mine than you break yours. I get very nervous, but again, nothing's happening here. Again, as far as them moving around and banging, you can hear them banging on the front up here and then banging on the back bit underneath there. There's no padding. The ear cup just bangs around in there. There's no tension. I really wish there was something different here. I wish there was a padding right there, or again, they were in there a little bit firmer. This really makes me kind of worried. Now going up to the headband here, again, very easy to clean. It is that rubber bit, and then it's fully plastic going all around. Again, you don't got all those adjustment points as far as in the arms adjusting here, or that swivel. Everything is moving right down here in your ear cups. Now let's go and talk about features and functions, using it on multiple devices and how it performed. And I used it, of course, on the PlayStation 5, the PlayStation Portal, and also on PC. Now there's multiple ways to use or pair this headset up. Of course, you have your dongle here, which is really cool. It lights up there and you can see your Link logo right on the top, but there's not a button on it to pair. It's really cool. The dongle actually presses in, if the camera can catch that. So the USB will press in, and then again, if you press that there, then you can pair it up with your Link button right over here on the headset by the power button, and that is also your Bluetooth button. You'll hold that down longer to pair it up via Bluetooth if you want, and yes, you get simultaneous Bluetooth. So if you want your game music coming out here, and then you want some music coming out of your phone, you can get that as well at the same time, but the volume of your phone will be adjusted in there, then your game will be adjusted here. You got 3.5, which the headset has to be powered on when using 3.5. You got USB-C for charging, and back here is your volume rocker. Right on the other side is your microphone, and that is actually your mic mute button, which we'll do here in a second. Now, something interesting I spotted here, not sure if it's a typo or whatever, but on the box, it is stating up to 20 hours of battery life. On the website and every other website, it's saying up to 30 hours of battery life. So I'm not sure if the playtime synced up to the dongle or whatever, or the Link is going to be 20 hours, and then via Bluetooth, it is going to be 30 hours. Again, I'm not sure. As far as my use, it was always charged perfectly fine, and the charging hook that comes with it, I absolutely love. You can just take the headset, plop it down on there, and it is going to charge. Also, as far as that hook, you can place a controller on it and charge your controller as well. Not as stable, but it does work. Now, another really cool thing about our power and Link button, if you press it down 3 times, you can actually adjust all your sound settings right on the PlayStation. Create some custom EQs, which we'll talk more about in the sound, or they got some presets in there. It's really cool. Whenever you press that, it'll pause your game so you can get in there and adjust any sounds you want. So really nice touch there. Now, unfortunately, as far as that cool feature, the 3-button press to get to your audio settings and EQ adjustments, that is only going to work on a PS5. That does not work on a PlayStation Portal, and it obviously doesn't work on a PC. Hopefully down the road they update it so we can utilize that feature across other platforms. And we'll talk more about that sound and some custom EQs whenever we talk about the sound. Now, before we get to that sound test, I want to go ahead and do the microphone test. And as you're hearing this microphone, I was actually a couple rooms across there checking that range. So again, you can hear that microphone. I'm going to come right back into the studio, and we got some chips. We'll talk about why I have some chips. Hold on. I also got another thing. We got us a little fan here because we're going to do some tests. They were talking about on the PlayStation promo video of this headset about the noise cancellation from this microphone being able to block out someone eating chips or a fan at you. So again, we are going to test all of that. Let me see if I can plug this bad boy in here. Give me a second. Again, we're doing this all together here. It's kind of how I like doing my videos. But first, what we're going to do is check some Fuego vegan potato chips. These things are absolutely delicious. Wish it was a sponsor, right? But anyways, let's go on a test noise cancellation. They say you can eat chips and you won't be bothering your other people. So our microphone is right there. I'm going to pull it out a little bit so I can get my chip in there. Okay, I'm really excited to listen to this playback because I'm looking at my graph, and as I, whew, these are definitely a little spicy. Wow. But anyways, I was looking at my graph right there, and I didn't see anything pick up. And I'm talking, we're using kettle cooked chips here, so these are extra crunchy. Let's go and get another one here, not just because they're delicious, but I want to see if it is going to pick up that sound again. So here we go. Wow. That's really cool. Again, I can't wait to test this. I just want to sit here and eat these chips, as now I'm going to have chip fingers all over my headset. So that's that test. Now let's go ahead and check the microphone if we had a fan. Now we're going to go to the extreme and have this little fan facing right at us. That's full blast right now. So we are listening to that fan full blast. And I'm going to be quiet and see what it pick up here. So I see it picking up just a little bit, and I can tell you because it's picking up a lot more on my other mic. But now let's go ahead and put it on high. Now the microphone or the fan is on high, and I do see it picking up significantly more right there. So again, there is our chip and our fan test. The really cool thing about this microphone as well, it is retractable, very, very moldable. So if I want to pull it out here a little bit, you can get that. If I want to pull it down, it definitely holds its position and stays there. Also retractable. Sorry about any of that noise whenever I was retracting it in, but you can just leave it just like this. You're probably catching a whole lot more room noise right now, and the microphone is picking up a little bit lower. So I don't know, whichever one will sound better, but I like this kind of secluded, just put back. You don't really see this big old microphone out there. The other cool thing, as I mentioned, your mute button is right on the front of the microphone. What I'm curious about is, like, say if you're muting in your game and you press it, is it going to make all this noise since it's right on the microphone? Anyways, we're going to test this together right here. So I'm going to press the mute button. So that was pretty cool. You get a little tone in the headset, and you also get that light right there. So you know, hey, my microphone's muted. So it looks like you get an initial test right when you press it, depending how you are. Maybe if you're really gentle and down there, I don't know. Maybe if the microphone mute was like out here, that might have been better. But again, we're just testing this here together, and this is the microphone on the Pulse Elite. Now get comfortable, grab a beverage, maybe some Fuego kettle-cooked vegan potato chips, because I'm going to talk about sound, and y'all know I love rambling about sound and talking about it. But most importantly, this new Pulse Elite is in collaboration with Audeze, as some people in my unboxing video said no, they didn't, because Sony's been working on this for a long time. Well, go watch the Sony release video, and you're going to see the Audeze CEO talking about them collaborating with this with their planar magnetic drivers. And I think a lot of you are very familiar with planar magnetic drivers now. Audeze has really taken off. I've loved them since the Penrose days. You all know I absolutely love Audeze headphones. The sound is something you need to experience, and that's the best way for me to ever explain it. If you never used them before, you got to try them, and then you can really get onto it. But talking about the profile of the sound, now I play a lot of Diablo, a lot of Destiny, a little bit of Fortnite here and there and everything, but my main game is really Diablo, and that's good because you got the slashing of the weapons, you got dialogue, you got monsters, you got chaos, you got a lot going on there. And this headset really delivered. That is the great thing about planar magnetic drivers. You don't got that classic driver that's really just beating in there. You're getting a lot of that vibration, a lot of that movement in there, which results in some muddy sounds. Now, talking about muddy sounds, let me go on and talk briefly about using these for music. As I mentioned, I use these on my vacation. I listen to a lot of music going from my iPhone via Bluetooth on us. And if I wanted to listen to a little bit more rap, right, say the Migos or something, and some of that bass was really hitting and it was constant, these would get muddy. They would actually get rumbly, and that bass just couldn't perform back there. That's the thing with planar magnetic drivers, not real thumpy in the bass department, but again, these in deep moments, even when I got over to Fortnite and I kind of had like some of those music intros and stuff, it couldn't handle that bass as well. Now you might be thinking the same thing going with Diablo. Okay, well you got all these monsters, all this chaos going on, and if you crank that bass up super high, you could get those results of that muddy bass. So I caught myself keeping the bass below halfway, maybe somewhat around the first notch, and it delivered pretty well. But the great thing about planar magnetic drivers are the highs and the detail it's going to deliver, the environment, the dialogue, the vocals, any of that. Or if you go into, say, rock or alternative type music, they really, really shine. Even if I went into more or less hip hop instead of rap, again, with not that constant heavy bass, it delivered really well. The only downfall was, again, that heavy constant bass. So the sound is a little bit of a mixed bag right there. Some other planar magnetic drivers, some of the higher end Audeze headphones or the Maxwells, which again, we'll do the review on that, you can't really mess up the bass. You can try to increase it a lot more and it'll turn your sound a little bit softer, but you won't get muddy, staticky sound, which is what you get with this if you try to crank that bass up a little bit more. So like I said, just dial your sound in and you'll be able to get it really nice. I'll throw up 3 of my favorite EQs I used here. I wasn't really a big fan of the preset EQs that they have on here, but again, I got kind of like a low, medium, and high type of EQ. As you see, that bass increases and then reduce a little bit, and then same with the highs, and you can kind of dial it into what you want. But these 3 EQs are nice starting points for, again, a story game or a shooter, and you tweak them how you like. This headset comes in at only $150. And why I say only, right? We don't want to say only once we're above 100, but when you compile everything that's this packing, starting with those planar magnetic drivers, that microphone with that mute button on the front, you got that light, you got the 3.5, you got the adjustability within the app, comes with that charging dock, you got simultaneous Bluetooth. It's just so much flexibility and features packed into this headset that you don't see in the $150 price range. I'm sorry, you don't. I test a lot of headsets, a lot, and you will not find another headset packing what this is packing for 150 bucks. I absolutely love it. Sony just changed the headset game right here. I hope this video was able to help you out, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye now.